Big Jaya trouble for Kamal Haasan. Kamal's Bigg Boss 2 defamed Jayalalithaa. Kamal's dictator jibe at Amma. Ruling AIADMK goes after Kamal Haasan. Complaint lodged over dictator jibe. Tamil politics spills over to small screen.
Welcome to 5 Live. I am Ankit Tyagi. Kamal Haasan once again courting controversy when it comes to the politics of Tamil Nadu. Well, this time he was playing the host, the actor, but that doesn't seem to have, that differentiation has not been taken very kindly. He is now in the business of politics, and in the business of politics, every move that you make comes under the scrutiny. We'll get you more on this story on 5 Live. Fresh trouble for actor Kamal Haasan. In fact, a complaint now has been lodged against Kamal Haasan with the Chennai Police Commissioner. Complainant alleges Kamal Haasan, through his Bigg Boss 2, is portraying former Chief Minister J Jayalalithaa as a dictator. The latest episode of Bigg Boss has a concept where one of the inmates will act as dictator. Complainant has alleged that Kamal reportedly made statements. You know what happened to the dictators that ruled the state during the program. Going across straight to my colleague Shalini Lobo, who is joining me for more on this story. Shalini, somewhere it seems that Kamal Haasan still forgets that he has entered politics. He is no longer the freewheeling artist, the actor who could say anything and get away with it. What is this entire complaint about, and how has Kamal Haasan and his party reacted to it?
Well, Ankit, I wouldn't agree with you when you say that he's forgotten that he's a politician. You know, his team and him have always maintained that they will use Bigg Boss as a platform to impart political knowledge as well. That's something Kamal has always maintained. So every move Kamal takes is calculated. Even when he entered politics November last year, he did specify about Hindu terror. So Kamal is someone who does not shy away from making political statements such as Hindu terror still exists, or in this very case, talking about dictators of the state. Now we have a lawyer, Lozen Ramesh, who's picked this up, complained to the Chennai Police Commissioner, saying Kamal Haasan has referred to this particular statement and this particular task is in reference to the former Chief Minister. Now Kamal Haasan has not taken any names on his show or given any kind of indication on who the dictator in this particular case he might have been referring to. But the task does indicate that one person in the house gets a fair amount of power and she dictates what other people have to do. Certain tasks, it can be anything, like when should they eat, what tasks they should do. So one person is concentrated with this amount of power. And Kamal at the end of the show made a statement that you know what happens to the dictator in the state. This did not go very well down with the viewers, and now one of the viewers has gone to the Chennai police with a complaint in hand.
Right, Shalini, thank you so much for joining us with those details. Very interesting point that Shalini was making. And in a way, of course, I do concede to that Kamal Haasan, and he does know the power of the medium that he uses. And he is, in fact, also using it to propagate his political ideology. Rajnikant did the same with his movie. Now, joining me on the broadcast to, in fact, discuss more on this is Rangarajan, our spokesperson of Makkalnidhi Mayam, Kamal Haasan's newly minted political party. We also are being joined by Muridharan Shivalingam, supporter of the AIADMK. Let me start with you, Rangarajan. You know, Shalini was making a very interesting point. When you say things like this, when you are not attached to politics, it has a different meaning. Kamal Haasan somewhere is making these pointed attacks or using the platform of Bigg Boss to propagate his political points and propagate his political ideology. There may not be anything wrong with it, but there will be a sharp reaction from the people, those who are on the line of fire, and that is exactly what we are seeing right now.
No, so let me first clarify a point. I think Shalini Lobo has also got it wrong. It is not Mr. Kamal Haasan who has said anything like, you know, do you know what has happened to the people who have ruled the state as dictators? It is one of the inmates who said to the person who was acting as the dictator, that statement was said. Now this complaint is alluding that this is all orchestrated. Now Bigg Boss is a reality show. Mr. Kamal Haasan presents it every weekend. I mean, it is just a task given in a reality show, number one, and it is a statement made by one of the inmates inside the reality show, and this task maybe was to educate the people at large about the importance of democracy, and we'll have to see how it is being finally summarized. But this complaint itself is very curious to me. Now, there is a task which requires someone to act as a dictator. Why is someone getting offended, or why do someone feel that it is alluding to the late Chief Minister? I think she was a democratically elected leader through elections in this country. Why is someone getting pricked when it is talking about a task which is about dictatorship? I think this person is just, either it's a confused complaint according to me, number one. Number two, if there are even, forget this, in any case, if there are any arguments which are made about the style of functioning of a person and against a person or anything like that, there is a debate in a democratic society where there is freedom of speech and expression, as long as it is not against public order. There is a debate which should be the platform to discuss and deal with things. There are people who are saying that Mr. Kamal Haasan should stick to acting. He doesn't know anything about politics. There are even Tamil Nadu ministers who say that he will just vanish from the political space. Now he doesn't go to the police complaining about it, right? He is there to debate and discuss about it. That is just for an argument.
Do you believe this FIR
but even
business,
before that,
this FIR business is trying to muzzle free speech or arm twist people like Kamal Haasan, those who are trying to make a platform for themselves in the political scenario in Tamil Nadu?
No. So I think this is a task which has been given by the creative team of the program. I cannot speak on behalf of the creative team of that program.
I'm not asking you to speak on that. I am asking you to comment on. I'm asking you to comment on the FIR which has been, in fact, now been lodged, or the complaint which has been made.
No, it's not an FIR.
Complaint which has been made against Kamal Haasan.
I think that complaint.
So do you believe that these are tactics which are being used to, in fact, in a way, stop Kamal Haasan or put pressure on a new political, phenomena as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned?
No, I wouldn't want to speculate any motive behind that complaint at this point of time. Maybe there is a motive, but Mr. Kamal Haasan is not someone who is going to cow down because of some complaints here and there. He has always voiced his opinion all through his life. There have been controversies in the past. He has always voiced them. But I think the premise of this complaint itself is curious to me, because this is just a reality show. Why will someone
Okay. You've made your point. Let's get in a voice from Muridharan Shivalingam as well. Elaborate argument there. It was just a reality show. Why are people so touchy about what somebody has said? If people have a right to express whatever they want to till the time they are not inciting any sort of violence, why is it that we see, and especially from the AIADMK ministers, you remember Fisheries Minister Jayakumar, he said, I will not let songs of the film Kala release. They have a political motive. It was with Rajnikant. He also said Kamal Haasan should stick to acting. Kamal Haasan he's a newbie, doesn't know anything as far as politics is concerned. Why is AIADMK so touchy about these things?
I don't think AIADMK is really touchy about it. I don't think anybody from AIADMK has even spoken about this in TV or any media for that matter. But what we need to understand is we have learned to ignore Kamal Haasan. Kamal Haasan has been, he has the habit of throwing these tantrums once in a while. He wants to be now that he's come to the public space, he wants to be in the limelight. He has nothing to show off. So he is desperate to seek attention. So he took a dig at Hindu terrorists some time back. People got angry. There are people who went and filed cases against him. All that happened. Now he wants to take a dig at a lady who is no more. And that's absolutely cheap tactics. And he is known for all this. And he is getting desperate. Actually, why, Ankit? The recently concluded Karnataka elections proved one thing, that all the parties put together had spent close to 10,000 crores. That means each party would have contributed something close to 2,000 crores to contest that election, with all the social media advertising and all this, the Cambridge Analytica kind of, mind reading and all that things. So I think he's a little scared right now. He has plunged in with some emotional, outbreak that he is getting into politics. He's going to be the next chief minister. The recently concluded Tandi poll has shown that he has only 5% chances of becoming a chief minister.
Okay.
So that's rattled him, and he needs to be in the limelight.
Mr. Rangarajan, is that how people should look at it?
Just
that
2 points.
It is Kamal Haasan's way of trying to garner public eyeballs. It is his way to remain in the news, and he has to do it because he's a politician now.
No, you can't have the cake and eat it too. I remember the AIADMK supporter here saying that Tandi TV poll is just sponsored by the DMK because the AIADMK was shown having only 25% support and the DMK was shown having 51% support. Now you cannot choose to say that, as far as AIADMK and DMK is concerned, that is wrong, but as far as Mr. Kamal Haasan support base is concerned, that is right. I think that is not acceptable. We have all of us, excepting the DMK, have found flaws with that opinion poll. Now, as I again want to reiterate the same thing, that this is a reality show. There is a task which the creative team gives. It may be to educate people on the importance of democratic institutions and how in our country we should be proud of them. This, I mean, if you say that you feel that this is referring to the ex-chief minister, the late chief minister, I mean, are you alluding to the fact that, we have not said that, no one in the reality show has said that? Is the AIADMK alluding to the fact that she was a dictator? They wouldn't say that, right? So, why, I mean, that is why I said the entire premise of that complaint is flawed to me. It's like just speculating that this is how it will be taken care of, and then in the end, in the next Saturday show, Mr. Kamal Haasan will speak this and he will put down the ex-chief minister. This is all speculation, and I don't know whether the police is even going to take this complaint seriously, honestly. And as he rightly said, this is not even an official complaint of the AIADMK in my view. I will ask the AIADMK supporter to clarify to that. This is just one lawyer going and filing a complaint. But I am talking about the overall political discourse. Forget this reality show and forget this task. This is not something which is related to anyone. If there are allegations or counter allegations or accusations made, as long as they are civil, as long as it is just trying to not defame the personality but trying to talk about issues of governance, the counter to that should be with facts and figures and with arguments, not with police complaints and trying to say that action should be taken or shut down a show. That is not the reaction that is expected in a democratic society.
Mr. Sivalingam, but this, the larger point that Rangarajan is making stays valid as far as the context of Tamil Nadu is concerned, because we've seen how before the film release, not only of Rajnikant, but also all this promotion of Kamal Haasan's film, there was very sharp reactions that came from the AIADMK government. If you believe that they are not even a phenomena that you need to worry about in Tamil Nadu, why would the ministers and AIADMK spokesperson even come out and speak about them?
I don't know whether you've noticed all those speeches. Always Mr. Jayakumar or anyone spoke about them. They always used to laugh. That's how we consider these two people, whether it's Kamal Haasan or Rajnikant.
Sir, but I don't think so. Mr. Jayakumar was making a joke when he said that I will book Rajnikant and I would not let his film release if his film is aimed at a political message. I didn't see any joke there.
No, he was not very serious about what he said. He was just laughingly said that and walked away. I mean, that's what you need to note. And these guys are just getting out of the cradle, and we are talking about making them run. Let them learn to walk first. So that's how we see this. And this, for example, this Bigg Boss 2, it's got Kamal Haasan on the wrong foot, and it's not something he can boast about. It's such a such a great show that every Tamil Nadu popular, every person in Tamil Nadu appreciates. It's just like how Bigg Boss 2 is. It's just an entertainment show with a little bit of nonsense and a lot of vulgarity, etc. So he doesn't know. So he has got into politics now. This could even backfire and tarnish his image. This show is not doing any good for him.
Mr. Shivalingam, tell me one thing, that whether it is doing any good to Kamal Haasan or not, we will leave that to him. That is his business. But what I want to also ask from you is the fact, where does you or your party stand on this enormous platform of influence that Rajnikant and Kamal Haasan have at their disposal to use from their film and from their shows and their public image to in fact make political messaging? Is there anything wrong in the actors using this, and even if they are politicians, to propagate their ideology and hit out at their opposition?
Absolutely no, Ankit. I don't think we look at that way. We would like to see competition. We are never scared of competition. Let them come out and show their mettle, prove themselves first. Just sitting in, inside the AC cabin and making statements morning and evening, it's not going to get them anywhere. Let them come and prove their mettle. Then we'll discuss. As of today, we see them as babies in the cradle. And that's it, and nothing beyond that.
Mr. Rangarajan, is that how the Makkal Nidhi Mayam and the reaction that you usually get from the opposition in Tamil Nadu also see it? That they are not even bothered about you, you are in the cradle? Because if that was true, possibly on all the occasions that Kamal Haasan has made so many remarks about Hindu terror and so on and so forth, there wouldn't have been the kind of uproar that we have seen.
The world knows that we are just a 4-month-old party, but Mr. Kamal Haasan's popularity and his personality has, everyone in Tamil Nadu knows him for more than 50 years. But they are political decisions which are being taken. We are more bothered about what the people think of us, right? It is easy for any party to dismiss a new opposition party as a newbie and they will not make an impact. It is for the people to decide what impact we make. And we are trying to move in that right direction. We have had meetings, public meetings. We as a party, as a newly formed 3-month-old party, have raised questions every day when the assembly was in session. Something which a responsible opposition party should do. Though we don't have any representative inside the assembly, we have raised questions on various issues day by day in the assembly. And this is something which a lot of people appreciated, that we are acting as a responsible party, and we will take to the masses our view, and it's for the people to decide ultimately, and we are seeing traction wherever we are going, and it will go from strength to strength.
Mr. Shivalingam, is it also fair that even the political parties, the established political parties in Tamil Nadu only react when there is a controversy around Kamal Haasan or Rajnikant? When they ask genuine political questions, you don't even give them a space?
I don't think so, Ankit. Recently concluded survey from a private concern in Bangalore has ranked Tamil Nadu as #2 best governed states in the country. That's next to Kerala. Now imagine if we wouldn't have had the Sterlite protest, NEET protest, which were actually instigated by the opposition and some fringe parties. If we wouldn't have had all of them, we would have been the #1 governed state in the country. Now that's a huge plus.
Okay.
And what are we talking about?
Sir, I don't know which private agency is that, and I'm not going to question that agency for what you are claiming. But in the end, Mr. Rangarajan,
I can show you.
No, I don't need that. You are well within your rights to hold that. Even if you want to put yourself #1, people of Tamil Nadu has the last right to decide how your government has performed. But Mr. Rangarajan, what I want to ask you in conclusion, as far as Kamal Haasan is concerned, we are yet to see a clear ideology and what the party stands for going forward from what is happening. In terms of your network, in terms of the machinery of your party, the booth level workers and so on and so forth. Is Mr. Haasan, when he quotes such controversies, is he making up for all those things till the time you have a robust organization to take on the established political parties?
No, Ankit, with all due respect, I think it is these so-called created controversies that capture the attention of the media, and you feel that, this is all that is happening on the ground. That is not the case. Just on July 12th, our party president, Mr. Kamal Haasan, had announced the list of office bearers at the district level who will be responsible for the constituencies. Now within the next fortnight or so, there will be people who will be put in charge for the block level and then finally to the booth level. Organizations take years to build the structure.
That's true, but we only see these appearances that Mr. Kamal Haasan makes
in the media. This is what is carried in the media.
At protest sites in Chennai or at Salem Highway. We don't see him doing much, or in fact your party in fact coming out with solutions for these problems.
Ankit, hear me out. Mr. Kamal Haasan does voice his opinion on burning issues as and when they arise. But overall, if you see, in the Trichy public meeting, there were broad policy statements on 10-12 important issues like education, agriculture, water, reservation, health that were put out by our party president. He in fact read them out in the meeting.
Yes.
And these questions that I am talking about, which we raised during the assembly session, is actually a reflection of our policy.
Okay.
Now all this will be culminated and it will come out as a policy statement very shortly in the next 1 or 2 months.
All right.
But there is work which is happening on the
leave it there,
front.
sir. We'll leave it there. I'm completely out of time. It's very interesting, and this in Tamil Nadu, in the coming elections, not only in the general elections of 2019, but on the state assembly elections as well, this would be, in fact, the people are going to decide whether these controversies do in fact work for them, whether they have been able to differentiate between actor Kamal Haasan and politician Kamal Haasan. It's a very interesting debate which is going to continue for the next few months, whether politicians are using this their art to propagate their political message, or is it just mountain being made out of a molehill when it comes to celebrities. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.